Welcome back to Consumer Update. I'm Kelly Lightbourne. Continental Wholesale Diamonds has been a familiar name in the Tampa Bay area for 35 years, and for many, many good reasons. To tell us more is Andrew Meyer, managing member of Continental Wholesale Diamonds. Welcome to the show.
Well, thank you for having me.
And I was so excited because clearly diamonds are my favorite topic on the show.
Well, you picked a good topic, though.
I know, I'm so excited. And I'm excited because you let me actually sport the merchandise, which I may be going home with, so.
Well, that's okay.
We won't tell.
You make a good canvas.
There you go. So tell us a little bit about, we know you brought beautiful diamonds, and I'm going to jump right into that. But tell us about the history of Continental.
Well, Continental's been in Tampa for 35 years. My family is a jewelry manufacturer. I'm third generation.
Wow.
And we have been selling exclusively to the jewelry store for over 40 years, and if we go back with my family, probably 100 years.
Wow, talk about history.
Yes.
So you are the man, you're the expert in diamonds.
I hope so.
Clearly. Well, I think one of the main things about you, for me that's interesting, is because you have been supplying and manufacturing for all the jewelry stores, and you've never sold to the public.
I've never sold to the public before Continental.
Yeah, which is really exciting that you're going to actually open the doors and we can get great deals. I mean, that's a gift to the public.
It is. It's a great way for the public to buy directly from the manufacturer. There is no middleman, and we create everything that we sell.
Wow. So if I have an idea, I can actually come in and you guys have the history and the knowledge to be able to create it.
We can create it, and you can try it on in the wax form.
Wow.
We have the jeweler right on premises. We do our work right there. So if there's repairs to be done, you can actually sit and watch it be done. We have there's a piece of glass between you and the jeweler, but you can watch him do your work.
And that's a big deal, because I know I'm obviously I like my diamonds a lot. And one of my biggest issues has been that, I take it to my jeweler and he sends it out. And so I don't get to participate in that, the creating of. And so then it'll come back to me and it's this whole process. But I can do it all like one-stop shop.
One-stop shop. And anything we can't do here because of equipment or whatever, we have a full shop in New York, and it's our shop.
Wow.
And we have old-time labor and people that, we make everything by hand.
Well, clearly you've been doing it for
I've been doing it for 40 years, 40 years.
And decades and decades and decades.
The family, yes. The family goes back 100.
So yeah, we're definitely in trusted hands.
Yes.
Let's dive right into some of the goodies. Do you mind?
Absolutely.
Let's look what you got here, because I know a lot of this stuff looks very custom to me. Is it?
Some of it is. For instance, this beautiful pair of earrings has what we call diamond slices. And we created those because they're actually slices of diamonds. Instead of a faceted cut diamond, you actually take a little slice. And so
it's very unique.
There's
I've
over
never
6
seen
counts
anything like
of diamonds in there.
Yeah, I've never seen anything like this.
And so we created something that I think is very wearable and fun.
Right. I feel like I'm showing it, but I want to make sure everybody sees that, because these are beautiful. Wish I hadn't worn earrings today. And you custom make like big thing for women obviously are their engagement rings or their wedding rings, and you can custom make it or you can custom reset it. Like I know, we get tired of our stuff. Like you may have something you've had for years and you can create something from scratch. Completely
new. Many times women want to trade up their diamonds. So they have a 1 carat and they want to go to a 2 carat. But they say the 1 carat I got from my husband when we started out and it's very precious to me. So then we can create another piece with that 1 carat. They can still get the 2 carat, and we create another piece either for a necklace or a ring for the right hand that doesn't necessarily look like an engagement ring, and change the whole piece around, but still maintain all of your own stones.
Right, which is the history. Like for me, I don't want to get rid of my diamonds. I just want to enhance them.
Right, and we did that for a woman yesterday who came in, and we're now for the 3rd generation. She's passing on something that her mother gave her, and now she's giving it to her daughter. And we're remaking a piece for her, but all of the diamonds go back 100 years.
Wow, so you keep the history. Now, speaking of history, I know with buying diamonds, there are the 4 C's. Can you tell us what those are?
Absolutely. There's cut, there's color, there's clarity, and there's carat weight.
And how important is that to the value?
Well, they actually equal the 5th C, which is cost.
Love it.
So you add those up. So the most important thing in my view is color.
Okay.
And color refers to how much yellow is in a diamond. So It starts at D and it goes to Z. DEF is colorless. GHIJ is near colorless.
Okay.
And that's what we like to sell in our store, everything that's J color, really eye color and better. So color is where you get a lot of the shine. And the lack of color is really what it is. The next most important thing that very few people talk about is cut. And we don't mean, is it a pear shape, is it a round, is it a princess cut?
Right.
We mean the proportions. The proportions of the diamond mean how well the light reflects inside the diamond. So in a properly cut diamond, light should go in, bounce around, and come back out the top.
There's science to this.
Yes, there's a very, it's funny, in 1919, Marcel Tolkowski figured out the proper way to cut a diamond. And in 2000, the American Gem Society spent $2 million to figure out the proper way to cut a diamond. And what they found out was that in 1919, Marcel Tolkowski was right.
There you go.
So it is a science, and the more light stays in the diamond, the brighter the stone is. So the two most important factors are your color and your cutting, proportions.
And I do want to stress, when you say it's a science, you actually have a degree in this.
Yes.
You sit on many boards.
Yes, I have. I've been on American Gem Society. I was vice president. I'm one of the founders of the American Gem Society Laboratory. I've been on the advisory boards for the JCK for their jewelry shows. I've been on the board for the Jewelers for Children, an industry charity that raises $5 million for children every year. So I believe in giving back and serving the community.
Which is important.
Yes, it is.
So I do want to go back to one thing, and it's the fifth C, cost. And I want to stress this. Because you guys manufacture and because you are basically the source, I'm going to get better deals.
Yes, you are.
Which I want to stress because, like I said, I love buying diamonds, so I know that. You go to the source, you get better deals. But how do they find the source? Where are you guys located?
Okay, so we are at 1715 Northwest Shore Boulevard.
Okay.
That is in Tampa. We are one block from the International Mall. We are across from Ruth's Steakhouse.
Right.
And we're in a tall office building. A lot of people, unfortunately, go back and forth looking for us. We're in a tall office building on the first floor.
Okay. Is there a website they can go to as well?
Yes, continentalwholesalediamonds.com.
Wow. There you go. And that way they can they can look around and then they can come in and talk to you. And
we have a ring builder on there, so you can actually create your own ring.
Love it. Love it.
And we have diamonds on there. You can look at the diamonds right on the site.
Great. Well, Andrew, unfortunately, that's all we have time for today. I could talk a whole show about diamonds. Everybody knows that. But unfortunately, this is the end of this edition of Consumer Update. I'm Kelly Lightbourne. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Consumer Update has been brought to you by the Mosaic Company, Medi Weight Loss, and Continental Wholesale Diamonds.